Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Power Stunna. Welcome to another edition of Power Stunna's Thoughts. It is October 24th, 2011. We are 1 week away from Halloween. Man, I can't believe it's almost near the end of the month already. But let's get started. First of all, this is basically regarding the recent thing that's all the heated debate right now. Street Fighter Cross Tekken's gem system, or as I like to call the Power Stone system, because of the obvious thing. Yeah. Oh, and feel free to thumbs up since I'm wearing the shirt just for this occasion. Haha, ironic, isn't it? Anyway, basically this gym system obviously could be a huge, well, I guess you could say problematic for competitive fighting game, for the fighting game players, for tournaments in particular. I mean, I was looking at the article on this at shoryuken.com, and basically, yeah, they also mention all kinds of things. The options that they mention. I mean, no doubt, everyone's excited for this game. The fighting game community, they're excited over this game. Street Fighter Cross Tekken, a crossover that you never thought would happen, but boy, did Capcom and Namco prove you wrong. So yeah, we're gonna get two crossovers: Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Tekken Cross Street Fighter, which I'm gonna get both games, and I haven't even pre-ordered Street Fighter Cross Tekken yet. But anyway, bottom line is how this is gonna. The thing is though, Capcom made it to where you cannot disable this gem system. Now there are a few problems with that. I guess if you didn't, now there's also a downloadable, and it also mentioned a couple of things such as the options and the the lessons of the past regarding other fighting games of the past, like Capcom vs. SNK 2, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Brawl. Even mentioned Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, yeah. And even, of course, showed a nice little image of Power Stone 2 as reference to the gym system. Ironic, again, I say. But, and let's not also forget about the whole balancing system over Street Fighter 4. There was Vanilla, then Super, then Arcade Edition, and then the eventual 2012 Arcade Edition, which, I'm sorry to say, Capcom, you're losing your edge as far as, yeah, I can understand that game balance is a hard thing, I understand that, but seriously, some of the changes that you made in Arcade Edition were just stupid. They were meaningless, they were unnecessary. Heck, in fact, in a recent, I think it was about a month or two ago, Daigo, who's, Daigo Umehara, also known as the Beast, he said that when 2012 Arcade Edition comes out, he is not going to be using Ryu. In other words, you're going to have to deal with him using Yun. But Yun has gotten changes, that's for sure. But the thing is, though, the reason why he specifically said why he's not going to use Ryu is because of some of those unnecessary, meaningless changes that have happened that are for Ryu. So, in other words, we're not going to be you will not be seeing Daigo use Ryu for 2012 Arcade Edition. You see what I'm getting at, Capcom? I'm gonna lie, some of the changes that you made, some were obviously needed, some were actually good, but some were just ridiculous. I mean, why the heck did you decide to change the properties of Ryu's Shoryuken? Why? Why? I don't understand. in fact, when Super came out, Ryu's Shoryuken was fine the way it was. It was fine the way it was. I think Super Street Fighter 4 Ryu, was the most balanced, was the best Ryu there was. That's just my opinion. Arcade Edition, I guess Ryu was okay. It was kind of pretty much the same, more or less. But what you made I'm sorry, but you made some stupid, unnecessary changes to Ryu and another character. But Capcom, you seriously really need to rework your balancing methods. I don't know your methods of balancing a game, but you seriously need to work on your balancing. I mean, why do you think that everyone hated Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Because, one, Wolverine, Phoenix, Wesker, etc., etc. Bottom line is, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the original, had a lot of things wrong with it. A lot of crap. There was just a lot of unnecessary garbage in that game. So, keep in mind, Capcom, I don't know, if you're saying that this gym system is very vital, you better make sure you have something planned, because, oh gee, I know what they're going to do. They're going to milk it. Be expecting Super Street Fighter 4 or Ultimate Street Fighter Cross Tekken. whatever, however they're going to do it. There's going to be so many versions. It's like, oh, and while you're at it, Capcom, if you're going to keep milking these games, how about you actually bring back some games that are in need of a sequel? How about, can we finally get that? And when you're done with Street Fighter 4, can we please move on to Street Fighter 5? Can we please get a Darkstalkers 4 and a Rival Schools 3 and a Power Stone 3? Please? It's not too much to ask. You've been riding the coattails of Street Fighter for so long. Enough is enough. And much as I hate to say it, Street Fighter is pretty much becoming overrated to me. And I never thought of Street Fighter as overrated throughout the years of being a fighting game enthusiast. But Street Fighter is just becoming overrated. I mean, come on. And oh no, I'm sorry, you need to stop trolling. You need to focus, because seriously, because considering this heated debate right now, this very controversial debate right now, you need to step it up. You need to stop trolling, stop the funny games with you and Harada-san, and actually you need to get down to business. You need to seriously take the feedback into consideration. And I think you need to have a talk with Seth Keeling. You and Seth Keeling need to have a talk. You really need to thoroughly take all the fan feed. If you truly listen to your fans, the least you can do is work out the game balance problems. Game balance. I mean, seriously, this gym system is quite possibly the most controversial debate of all time in competitive fighting games. So, Seth Keeling, Ono, you two need to have a thorough discussion, and I suggest you start listening to the competitive gamers that actually play this game a lot in tournaments. You know, Daigo, you should listen to Justin Wong and Daigo and Pungo and whoever, you know, who can ever give you really good feedback on the balance of the game. Competitive gamers are your best bets, guys. Oh no, stop the trolling. Or actually, you can troll this. Well, you can still do your trolling, but you really need to get down to business. Just saying, because heck, man, I don't even play Street Fighter. I don't even play Arcade Edition anymore. I've lost interest in the Street Fighter 4 games. Because the fact that you're gonna do this 2012 Arcade Edition, I'm probably gonna get it just to see the changes. But bottom line is, I've lost interest in Street Fighter altogether. I'm just gonna wait till Street Fighter 5 comes out because I'm tired of the whole Street Fighter 4 thing. I really am. So yeah, do not ask me, because if anyone wants to play Arcade Edition with me, the answer is no. Because I'm pretty much moving on to Ultimate Marvel 3 and Street Fighter Cross Tekken. But that's pretty much it. I've had enough of Street Fighter 4. Capcom, you need to stop riding the coattails of Street Fighter. Despite the success of the Street Fighter franchise, I think it's time you start giving other fighting games, other Capcom fighters, give them the spotlight. Can we get a new Darkstalkers, a new Rival Schools, a new Power Stone, as I stress it again? I mean, enough is enough. You need to give all these other fighting games a chance. In case you haven't realized, there is still a Darkstalkers community. I'm pretty sure there's still people in high demand over Darkstalkers, and just like me, I've been keeping the Power Stone alive. I've been keeping Power Stone alive with my, Power Stone videos, and I did a recent Power Stone fan fiction, for God's sakes, for old time's sake, because I refuse to let Power Stone die off. That's just my thing. I refuse to let Power Stone die off. Because I'm sorry, Capcom, but I still think that whether you realize it or not, I don't know if you do, but Power Stone still has a lot of potential. Maybe not in the competitive fighting game scene, but either way, it'd definitely be great to play. It definitely could sell well if you do it right. Power Stone Collection was not the way. Power Stone Collection for PSP was not the way to go. And that's why you need to port it to PS3, give it online, and you got yourself a big seller. I don't see how hard is that to understand. But yeah, this is Power Stone's thoughts. Like, rate, comment. Let me know your thoughts about this debate on the gem system, or A.K.A. Power Stone system of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And yeah, and also I like to hear your thoughts about previous fighting game bans. Like, first of all, the Meta Knight ban in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The particular Akuma ban and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the Tatsunoko vs. Capcom ban, the Capcom vs. SNK 2, debate with that little glitch. Trust me, if you read that article, there's a things about the previous fighting games. I like to hear your thoughts. I like to hear your thoughts. Fighting games. I don't care if you're on, whether you're a competitive fighting game player or not. I like to hear your thoughts. Just I like to hear your thoughts about the Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Capcom, you seriously need to step up your game. Stop fooling around. Ono-san, stop your trolling and start taking. I think you really need to take that user feedback consideration. You really need to. Step it up, Capcom. It's bad enough that you made a really crappy Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which obviously you made a much better thing with Ultimate. Plus, it's bad enough that Capcom's been dropping the ball for these past few years. Basically, you've been killing off Mega Man. You've basically been making unbalanced Street Fighter games and unbalanced Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah, you've been dropping the ball, and that's why it's basically because of that. It's probably, I bet you that Tekken Tag 2, Soul Calibur 5, and probably the next Mortal Kombat is going to kick your ass if you don't step it up. Mortal Kombat 9 is already kicking Vanilla's Marvel 3's ass in sales, selling a lot better than that. So Capcom, you need to step it up. But I'm sure you will with Ultimate Marvel 3 because Ultimate Marvel 3 obviously looks good to me. So yeah, you're doing something right, Nitsuma. But Ono, you need to stop the trolling and you need to step it up. You need to take this gym system into special consideration, especially for the competitive fighting game scene. Just saying. So you and Ono, you and Seth Keeling, do what you gotta do. Listen to the feedback. You need to actually... In fact, this game doesn't... Street Fighter Cross Tekken doesn't come out till like what? March 2012 or whatever? There's plenty of time to put the option of disabling the gym system. But if you still want to keep it, if you still want to, take out that option, then whatever. It better be a good legit. It better be good. This gym system better be, better be a good idea. But you got to take that gym system in major consideration. But whatever. Like, rate, comment. Let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. This is Power Stunna over and out. See ya. Power Stunna. Stunna time.